Okay, so before the video starts, this is an additional video for this week. Yesterday, today, our Touch My Body challenge went up, and on Saturday we have a vlog coming out for you, but this is going up Friday or Thursday, I'm not sure. Maybe Friday. I think Friday. This will go up Friday, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Yeah, so let's get into this video. Hey guys, it's Meg, and I am back today with another video. Actually, this video is going to be a Bath & Body Works pros and cons and kind of my experience of working there. I did work there, obviously, you've seen in my vlogs this year, 2017, for 2.5 months. It was a seasonal position, so I was doing like the Christmas seasonal position, so I started the beginning of November and I ended probably the beginning of January, I would say. Beginning of January sounds about right, maybe, hopefully, I don't know. I'm a mess today. Anyways, so yeah, I think I'll just get started with the pros and the cons and kind of go through my experience from like the interview to pretty much the end of my job. So we'll get started. Okay, so I have some pros and cons listed here that I came up with just from my past, just from my experience, which I think it would be cool for you guys to know. So if you guys ever want to get a job at Bath & Body Works, you can kind of weigh out the pros and cons. Whatever is a big deal for you might have not been a big deal for me, or vice versa. So the first pro is the employees that I worked with were absolutely amazing. I loved everyone that I worked with. Everyone was so happy and so eager to be there, which made the job actually really easy to want to go to. The next pro I have is the assistant managers were amazing. I wouldn't say she wasn't amazing. She wasn't that great, but she wasn't the top-notch, employee. Alright, so the assistant managers were absolutely amazing. Hands down, one of the best assistant managers. Alright, sorry about that. So yeah, the assistant managers were pretty awesome. I liked pretty much every one of them except for the main manager that I had a problem with, which I'll explain in a second. Customers. The customers were always happy to be there. Sometimes, they'd have a little problem here or there. Sorry, I'm just really freaking out right now. Alright, so like I said, customers were awesome. Sometimes they'd be kind of confused by the products or the sales we were having that day. So pretty much you just had to be very helpful and help them out with that kind of situation, which was kind of easy if you knew the job. If you knew the sales, obviously you could help them since they don't work there. They might not know the sales. Obviously, yeah. So, the discount was pretty awesome. I think when I was there, it was 30%, and if you were there for more than 60 days, it was 40%. So since it was only seasonal, I never got the 40% discount, which kind of sucked. I have my discount cards right here. So I'll cover my name and my number, but that was my discount card. I had 2 of them, and on the back it says, oh, it doesn't say on here. But yeah, your discount may be used by you, the associate, or your spouse, and eligible dependents according to the discount policy. So pretty much when I got the job, they pretty much said right away that, oh, your discount only applies to you and your spouse. So at the time I was thinking like, oh, my spouse, which is my boyfriend obviously, can use this discount. So he came in once and I think used it. I can't really remember, honestly. My God. And then it pretty much said that like you have to be there if your parents or siblings or something want to use your discount also. So I have to be there in order for them to buy it, and I have to prove that I have the card and that it's me type thing. So yeah, that kind of sucked, but it was fun. I used it I think once, or maybe like twice or 3 times. I don't know, because it was around Christmas, so I was doing Christmas shopping. So after work I'd go in and I'd get my discount. And yeah, so the next pro is the environment. The whole work environment I found to be absolutely amazing. It was so laid back, so chill. People are so nice, and that is kind of one thing that makes me really want to work, is if people are nice and I can feel that they're happy and that they're interested and they're ready to be there, that it just makes me want to be there and be happy and interested so much more in my, you know, in my thoughts. That's exactly what I go to work for, to be happy and have fun, instead of just sit there and hate my life and want to go home as soon as possible. So yeah, I made a lot of friends in the 2 months that I was there, and I had fun with them. They're so fun and so nice. And yeah, so we'll get into cons real quick. So the first con was the boss kind of sucked. I don't think it was towards everyone. I think it was just towards a select number of people. A select number of people being the seasonal employees and associates, because the ones that have been there for a while, more than the seasonal ones, I think got to know her better, got to know her on her less stressed out months of the year, so not Christmas and not New Year's and all that stuff. So those employees, I think, had an easier time with her, such as she'd be leaving and I'd say, oh, goodbye, have a good night, and she would look at me like, thanks, you too. And then like another girl that had been there for longer than just seasonal, she'd be like, oh, bye, have a good night. She'd be like, oh my god, you too, bye, I love you. And I was like, I don't know if it's me, if I just had that feeling for myself, but I've seen it multiple times. So yeah, she was kind of really to the point, which I mean is good sometimes, but sometimes it's not that good. If you ask to go to the bathroom, she would kind of turn you down and say like, oh, you have to ask nicely. I'm like, I have to poop, or I have to pee really bad. Please let me go to the bathroom. And she's like, you can go in 5 minutes when so-and-so's off their break. I'm like, okay, that's understandable. But then when you ask a second time, like, okay, I really have to go to the bathroom, like, I really hope you don't mind, but I'm going to go to the bathroom. She's like, you didn't ask nicely. And I'm like, okay, can I please go to the bathroom? And she'd be like, yes, of course, come back in 5 minutes. I'm like, okay, what if it takes me more than 5 minutes? Like, what if, you know, I don't know, the world ends? I don't have any idea. But she would kind of be up your butt a little bit, excuse the word, the choice of word. Yeah. The con number 2 is that the work shifts were kind of short. And I kind of understood this because it was a seasonal position, so they had multiple people working at the same time, on top of the already sales associates that were there prior to the seasonal associates getting the job. The work shifts were short. I think I worked about 4 hours. Sometimes I would work 5 hours. It wasn't that often though that I got that 5-hour shift, but when I did, I liked it. It was fun. Yeah, so con number 3 is you were pretty much made there. You did whatever they wanted you to do. You went and you ran and did whatever they wanted you to do. You would be standing at cash and you would have to run and get a product so that you could scan it because the scanner didn't work for one of these products. For example, this is just an example. You'd go run, get it, bring it back, and then you would just go back to doing your scanning and your cashier job. I don't know. Also, if they needed more products and there was none in the underboxes from, like, say the candles, there was like little pull-out boxes and you had to like have extra stock in there. If there was nothing else in there, you were made to go to the back and get it, even though the stock people were already there, you know, meant to do that, but that's a whole different story. So yeah, you were kind of like made the scapegoat, not the scapegoat, like, I'm just gonna use it again and I'm gonna bleep it out because that's what you do. Con number 4, the restock sucked, which when you were on restock, it sucked because you constantly were running around. You were carrying double pallets of candles, which each candle is like, what, 2 pounds, 3 pounds? I don't know. So if you have like 16 or 17 of those in a bundle and you're carrying double that, that's so much that's so much weight on your arms. And if you're tired and exhausted, you don't want to be carrying that much. It sucks. So yeah, restock sucked. I have a con of bathroom breaks, which I've already told you, but I thought of another con, and that con was you would go to work and you would smell the same smells every dang day, and after your shift you would get the biggest headache just from the mahogany teak wood candles or whatever other candles there might have been. This sucked. Let me tell you, going in there, even if you weren't feeling great, which always around Christmas, I'm not ever feeling that amazing. So, you know, sometimes you have to just live with it. And it was just horrible. So if you have like a very, not a weak stomach, but if you have, like if you're prone to getting headaches, migraines, if you're prone to like being sick or fainting, I would not recommend you work there, because sometimes like you do get that headache for the whole 6-hour shift you're working and you can't really do anything about it because it's your job. And yeah, another con is they also didn't believe me when I was sick. One time I was laying in bed and I was throwing up all night long, and I had a shift and the call-in was also part of my shift. So I would work, say 11 to 4, I would have a call-in from 4 to 6. And I remember I called in for one shift, I think, I don't know, I can't really remember. I called in and I was sick and I was literally like head over the toilet calling my boss like, I'm doing this so that you can believe me. Whatever the problem may be, I'm really sorry, but I can't make it in today. And she was like, oh my God, are you kidding? She's like, well, I was laying in bed sick all day yesterday and I'm still here today, so what's your excuse? I'm like, my head is literally over the toilet right now, like I'm vomiting all night. I had had no food in the last like 9 hours, which obviously isn't healthy. Any little bit of water I was trying to pump into my system to get my hydration back up was coming back out. Anything, any headache medication I could take was coming back out. So I really honestly didn't feel like I could exert that enough energy to go to work and be happy and ha 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 for like 7 hours or 8 hours, whatever it may have been. And so I just called in sick and she was not happy about that, but she was like, okay, whatever, see you tomorrow or the next day or whatever, the next time I had to work, which was Boxing Day, which was insane, may I add, insane. Boxing Day and Black Friday. No, 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 don't do it. It's not fun. I mean, you might have to do it, but like, it's not fun. You don't, stresses me out. Okay, so I'm going to go through the hiring process, the onboarding session, all that kind of stuff. So when you apply, I got the call, I think 3 days later. I applied over the computer, so I put my resume in on the computer. I applied, and I got a call 3 days later. I was kind of at this point applying for everything I could because I was just out of school. I didn't have a job, so I was looking for whatever I could, grabbing whatever I could by the horns and taking it on. So Bath & Body Works also, I have applied to Bath & Body Works about 4 times prior to this and never got a call. So I was like, what are the chances I get a call this time? Probably slim to none. I'm probably never gonna get a call from them. I don't know what they don't look for, like what they look for, so obviously it's not me. So I get a call from Bath & Body Works Incorporated or Corporation or whatever the heck the number was on my phone. And I answer and I'm like, hello? And she's like, hello, this is beep. We just got your application through the email and we would actually like to have you in for an interview. And I was like, perfect, thanks. I'll be there, blah, blah, blah. So she gives me this group interview time. So I go in and I'm freaking out. I'm expecting a group interview to be with like 7 other people. I'm talking so fast, but what can you do? So I'm expecting this group interview to be with like 7 people. I've done a group interview before. It's really not that big a deal. You just have to kind of like put yourself higher than the last person's answer, so make it better than the last person's answer. That's kind of my, advice. Make your answers better if you can. So I went in with another girl, just me and another girl. The girl was really nice. We stood together and we talked, and she was so kind of quiet, energetic at the same time, so I didn't really understand, but she was really nice. So we went in for this interview together. We kind of made each other laugh a little bit. It was kind of fun. So we get the interview done and over with. She says, okay, we'll contact you regardless of the situation. If you got the job or not, we'll contact you so you know. I'm like, perfect, thank you so much for the opportunity, blah, 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 blah. Same with the other girl. So she said, good luck, and then we walked away and like didn't talk. And then 2 days later, we got the call that we had got the job. Well, I had got the call. Apparently she had got the call too because she was there on the first day. So first day we sat, we watched probably a video that took an hour and a half or an hour. We were getting paid for this, so it was like going to a movie and watching it while you're getting paid. So it was kind of awesome. We watched this video about how the brand runs, how like the whole store works pretty much. My camera is so close to dying, so I will try and make this fast. So we had to watch this video, all this stuff, sign paperwork, get our name tags, put our aprons on, and then right from that point on, we were sent out onto the floor. then you had to go see an assistant manager or the manager so that they could let you know like when you were off and where you were going to be. So we had 3 rooms in the Bath & Body Works. I worked at room 1, which was like the lotions and like all of the normal scents that Bath & Body Works has. There's about 7 or 8 of them, or 6, I don't know. So that was that room with like hand lotions and a bunch of new, like upcoming new scents. And then room 2 was candles, which I have like 700 of them. Room 2 was candles, which was just an absolute nightmare to sit there and smell that for 7 hours. That was so bad. And then room 3 was just like the rest, like the knickknacks, the gift sets, the hand sanitizer, the mini lotions, the mini sprays, all that stuff. And all of the pump foam hand soaps, which are the bomb, by the way. So yeah, so it was all that, and then the cash register. So I went in there and they would say, oh, you're working in room 2 today, blah, blah, blah. You know, all the normal stuff. Do this, do that, sell this, sell that. Every shift before you would go out, you would have to watch a little chat-in video and you would have to see what's the sales, all of that stuff. And then you would have to report to the assistant manager and let them know that you watched the video and prove it by saying all the deals and stuff like that. So you would also have to memorize some stuff, like a lot of stuff, like the prices of everything. And sometimes I would cheat and go on the emails and see what the deals were for that day. So I had double time to memorize the deals so I didn't get in trouble, because you would get in trouble if you couldn't remember all the deals. So yeah, so that was fun. I worked cash my first time I worked and I absolutely loved it. I caught on really quick. Usually I do catch on pretty quick. I'm pretty good at memorizing things and remembering how things go and the order they go in, so that was really fun. I didn't really like the floor as much because you just stood there and talked to people, which if you know anything about me, I'm not one to strike up a conversation first. I'm more one to hide behind someone else while they strike up a conversation and then I chip in or put in my own 2 cents here or there or whatever. So I liked cash because it was fast, it was easy. You would say, hey, did you find everything okay, blah, blah, blah. Send them on their way, have a good day, bye. And then you would do the next person. So it was a lot of fun up at cash. But yeah, and so you know, at the end of the job, when I was done this season, I just noticed that I had no shifts. It said constantly off for the next 2 weeks. And I was like, oh, all right. No one said anything. No one called me. No one let me know. No one really said anything. Okay, like, thank you for your time. You're done. Pretty much my last shift, which was Boxing Day. She's like, okay, have a good rest of your year. Like, enjoy your New Year's. Bye. Thanks for working with us. Without any notice of, oh, I'm going to give you your 1 week. Like, the season's almost done. You're almost done. So I never got that, which kind of sucked, but I don't really blame her for it. She just kind of wasn't the best manager. Some people might have other thoughts on her, but my thoughts were that she was just not the best. She could have approached it better, but whatever, not my problem. I'm happy. I really loved working there, actually. It was very fun. So if you would like to apply to Bath & Body Works at any time, I would say go for it, do it. It's fun. It's definitely fun. And I say to talk up more towards cash, because it's like the more they hear you talk about, oh my god, I love cash, or the better they see you doing on cash, the more sales you are giving or whatever, then like obviously they're going to notice that you really like it and they might put you up there more, which was the case for me, definitely. She asked what we were thinking about the job and I said, oh, I really love cash. Okay, sorry, my camera died. I have to do this quick. So yeah, if you like this video, give it a big thumbs up, subscribe down below, and you can click the post notifications bell so you're notified when we post a video. Leave a comment down below if you like this video or not. And yeah, we'll see you guys next week. Bye guys.